Welcome. Thanks for joining me today. This is going to be a really quick hips and hamstring stretch. Something to fit in maybe at lunchtime, feel like you've been sitting for a long time, you need a break from whatever you're doing, and just stretch those hips. So we're going to start standing. So go ahead and take a standing position. Have a strap and maybe a bolster or block around. Definitely going to need the strap for later. So go ahead and stand up. Take your feet nice and wide on your mat. And then once you found them wide, spread the arms and imagine you have a string tied between your wrists and your ankles. And see if you can get those legs even wider. And then just pause there. And so if you're at home, you can use a wall, you can use a chair maybe even. And you're just going to start to hinge forward. And you're going to start to feel those hips. So engage the quadriceps, send your inner thighs back, send your heart forward. So just have your hands on your hips and just notice how that feels. If you do have blocks or if you do have a chair or a wall, you can press into those. I like to use my blocks. I just press my hands into my blocks. And then again, heart comes forward, inner thighs spiral back, neck grows nice and long. So if I were to show you this sideways, you'd notice that I'm nice and long through the spine. I'm trying to bring my hips in line with my ankles. A lot of times we tend to sit back here. So lengthen it out and then just folding forward. If eventually one day your hands do reach the floor, thinking your hands between your toes and then lengthen the top of the head down. And again, you can rest your head on something. Breathe here, finding that nice deep breath. I'm gonna face back this way for you again. And breathe. Making sure those feet, check in with them. Press in the outer edges of your feet. Press in with the balls of your feet. And we're gonna just hold here as you notice for a while. Getting some blood flow to those legs. Exhale fully here. Inhale, bend the knee slightly if you need to for your lower back. Pull in through the lower belly, hands to your hips. Exhale, press yourself up. Good. Turn your right toe out. And then take that back foot, come up onto your ball of your back foot. And then just bend into that front knee. So again, lengthen the tailbone down, pull in through the lower belly, and then hands can stay at your hips. If you need to for balance, hand can be on a chair. If you're feeling okay, arms reach up. Shoulder blades draw away from the ears. Chest lifts. While your chest lifting, tailbone drops. Lower belly draws in. Think of hugging those ribs toward one another. Breathe. So again, feeling a good stretch through your hip here. Maybe creating a little heat on the right side. One more big inhale. Exhale. Inhale, straightens that front leg. Exhale, hands come back to your hips, and you're just going to switch your feet around. Go to the other side. So left foot turns out, come up onto the ball of the right foot, bending deeply into that front knee. Again, pull in through the lower belly, lengthen the tailbone. Shoulders roll back, and then hands can stay at your hips, your chair, maybe arms reach up. Heart lifts, tailbone drops, bend a little deeper into that front knee. Press the back heel back, but keep lifting up through that lower belly so you're not pitching in the lower back. Couple more breaths. Press firmly into the front foot while you lengthen the back foot away from you. One more big inhale here. Stay to exhale. Inhale, straightens that front leg. Exhale, hands to your hips, and turn those legs back to the long end of your mat. From here, you're going to come down to your knees. Bring those knees to the floor. Take that right leg, reach it forward. And then bring your hands either to the blocks, maybe to the floor, but you're going to straighten that front leg. Stack your back knee right over that back hip. And then the toes tucked under. Spread through the toes. Try not to point through the toes, draw them back. So getting into those hamstrings. Now your left hip's going to come slightly forward. Right hip's going to draw slightly back. Leroy's going to join us. Breathing here. Hands can be on blocks. Maybe your blocks are too low. Hands can be on your hips. Otherwise, maybe reaching those hands toward those heels. Couple more breaths here. Exhale fully. And then as you inhale, bend into that front knee, getting that front knee right over that front ankle. And then straighten the back leg and breathe. So again, if this is feeling a little too much for you, you can keep the back knee on the ground and roll the shoulders back, dropping those hips. So you have a couple options. Hands are either to the floor or the blocks. I like the blocks because I feel a little bit deeper stretch in that left thigh. Draw those shoulders onto your back and breathe. Good, one more big inhale. And exhale. Hand can stay on the block, maybe it goes to the floor, left hand to the floor, right arm's gonna reach up. So a little bit of a twist. While you twist, that right hip's gonna wanna swing to the right. See if you can lengthen it back. So find some length in that right sideways. Reach the arm up, maybe even reach the arm over your head. Bottom hand, press down into the hand, draw the shoulder into its socket, and spiral the chest toward the right. Couple more breaths, inner thighs back, pull up. And exhale, hand to the ground. Bending into that back knee, placing that right foot back, and bring the left foot forward. And starting there with that hamstring stretch, shift the weight back. Hands can start on your hips. Hinge at the hips, draw those toes back toward you, and then pause. So that right hip draws forward, left hip draws back. Maybe hands come to the blocks. Keep the chest coming forward to resist the urge to want to round in the spine. Heart comes forward. Maybe over time, hands come toward the toes. And again, toes drawing back here. Keep the heart forward, belly drawn in. Exhale fully here. Bending into that front knee. Coming into that low lunge, so whether it's knee down, shoulders back, or straighten that back leg, keep rolling the shoulders back. Breathe. Resist the urge to really dump into the hips. Find some activity in that back leg, and keep drawing those shoulders back. Breathing. Nice full inhales and exhales. One more big inhale here. Exhale. And again, either right hand to the block or floor. Take that left arm, reach it toward the ceiling. So twisting that right shoulder toward the left knee. That left hip's going to pop out to the side. Lengthen the left sideways. Draw that left hip back. Lift up through the inner thigh. To maybe take that top arm over your ear. Press down with the bottom hand. Draw the shoulder back as that arm bone goes into the shoulder socket. Maybe challenge your balance, look up. Check your breathing. Check your jaw. One more big inhale. And as you exhale, circle that hand down. Inhale, bend into the back knee. Exhale, bottom knee comes down. Go ahead and come down to seated, all the way to the floor. And then take those legs nice and wide. This might be where you might need your bolster if your hips are feeling a little tight. Tuck that right under the sit bones. Make your legs nice and wide. Spread through the toes. And then bring those hands just back behind you. And just pause here. So again, if your back's really tight, you can always bend your knees. Shoulder blades drop back. Heart comes forward. And then over time, just think of straightening those legs. Draw those little pinky toes back toward your shoulders. And again, resist the urge to roll forward. I don't feel it in my hamstrings anymore. I feel it in the back. Lift the chest. Press those heels. And then over time, you just hinge forward on those hips. So rolling forward, pressing down with those legs, lifting up through the thighs, keeping the neck nice and long. And inhales, lengthen the spine. And exhales, press that chest forward. And for those that are feeling better, maybe hands to shins, hands to toes, maybe arms even reach forward, but keep the chest coming forward first. The heart coming forward first, not your chin. Think of from rounding the spine, heart forward. One more big inhale. Exhale fully. Inhale, lengthens you up. And then exhale back to center. Bending one knee at a time. Bring the soles of the feet together. Again, making sure that your hips can be a little bit supported with maybe a bolster. Hands come around the toes, take a big inhale, and exhale, press the chest forward. As you press the chest forward, elbows press into the thighs, drawing them away from one another. Your feet press into one another so you're activating your outer hip drawing those knees down. Full breaths here. Again, heart comes forward, just like with that last forward bend. And then you're hinging from the hips. And breathe. Inhales, lengthen you. Exhales, fold you. Exhale fully. Inhale, lengthens you out. Exhale, back to center. Coming into a twist, bring your shins, cross them in front of you. Flex through the feet. Inhale, takes those arms up. And exhale, rotate. Right hand goes behind you. Back of the hand to the right thigh. And then rotate through the chest. And then to stretch the neck, look over the front shoulder instead of the back one. Sitting up tall, pressing into that back hand without locking out the elbow. One more big inhale. Exhale. Inhale, takes the arms up. And exhale, rotate. Left hand behind you. Sitting up tall, roll the shoulders back. Back of the right hand to the left thigh. And then look over that front shoulder. Lower belly draws in. Inhales, lift you. And then exhales, rotate you, using that leverage, using the upper back. Exhale fully. Inhale, takes those arms up. And exhale, hands down. Go ahead and bring yourself all the way down to the floor. Bring along your strap with you. And then for a moment, take your right knee, hug it into your chest, extend that left leg long. And then while your knee's in at your chest, taking that strap, wrapping the strap around the ball of your foot. Extend that leg straight up to the ceiling. Spread through the toes, engage the core, engage that quadricep, and then let that femur bone drop right back into its socket. Relax the shoulders here, let gravity take over. You can even hang on with both hands here and let those elbows bend toward the floor. If it's too much to have the left leg straight, you can bend it. Breathe. Keep pushing into the strap and keep resisting the strap back toward your head. Taking that strap just into the left hand and then slightly bring that leg across your body. Keep that right hip on the ground. It's going to want to roll up. Keep it dropped on the ground so you're just getting into that outer hip region. And again, left leg can be long or bent. Keeping it out of the way. Keep drawing that lower belly in, lengthening the tailbone. And you can keep those shoulders relaxed. Remember, the strap is an extension of your arms. And then go ahead and bring that leg back up, bending into the knee. Placing that foot on the ground, and then hug that left knee into your chest. Hugging it in, extend that right leg nice and long if you're feeling okay. And then taking that strap, wrap it around the ball of your foot, extending that leg up, and breathe. So again, if your hamstring's still a little tight, bending into the right knee, lengthen the tailbone down, pull the lower belly in, drop that long bone of your leg right back into the hip socket. And then spread through the toes, relax the shoulders, and breathe. So notice I'm engaging my quadricep so that my hamstring can lengthen. And then taking the strap in just your right hand, taking that leg just slightly across the body. Keep dropping that left hip toward the floor. So you're getting into the outer hip, that IT band. Maybe right leg goes long. Try to relax the shoulders, full breaths here. Exhale fully here. Inhale, bring that leg back up. Exhale, bending the knee, release the strap, bend both knees into the chest, give them a little squeeze. My favorite, happy baby. Legs wide, feet to the ceiling, draw those knees down. This one might not be appropriate at the office unless you have a door. But if it's at home and you need a break, awesome, stay here as long as you need. It's really my favorite. Resist the feet with the hands drawing down. Spread into those shins with your elbows. And then slowly bring the knees back into the chest. And then your choice. You have Shavasana here if you can stay for a couple moments. Tune me out. Rest as long as you need. Otherwise, mindfully roll yourself up. Come up to a seated position. Take a moment here, hands at your heart, thanking yourself for taking those few minutes you need to stretch out those hips and re-energize, helping you refocus. Thanks for tuning in. Have a lovely day. Drink lots of water, eat your veggies, wear sunblock, and we'll see you again soon. Namaste.